Hello and welcome to another video related to formula auditing. In this video, we will look at identifying cells which contains error or which have potential to lead to an error. We will also see what is the relevance of each error and how we can resolve them. Also, we will see how deception can be done in the file where a lot of numbers are involved and it might be difficult to notice it upfront. So let us get started and have a look at our sample file being provided to us. Now, this is the sample file which is being provided to us. We have been using this file in our GoTo window and other videos as well. So now, inside this file, you can see that some of the cells are having this kind of a green triangle at the top left side. Now, this green triangle indicates that there might be some potential error based on inbuilt Excel rules being set up. However, a smart person can override this and will make this triangle disappear if he or she wants it. So before you start error checking, the first thing you should do is reset all the errors so that these triangles will appear back. For that purpose, you will have to go to this formulas, go to this error checking, click on this options and click reset ignored errors. You can come to this window through Excel file and options window as well. However, I find this shortcut and use it very often. So let us close this and let us close this. Now you can see that some of the additional cells are also having this green triangle being displayed now. Earlier this was been suppressed and it was not showing any of the errors. Now once you have all these errors being reset, now you can go back to your error checking and start performing error checking. So let us select any of the first cell over here and we will click error checking. Now each of the cells which contains an error, it will get selected. Now this is the first cell which is getting selected. And it will show some description over here. However, it is not very helpful. You may have to go back to that particular cell and press F2 and identify what error exactly it is. So currently it is showing as the number has been stored as a text. So if you want to resolve it, you can convert that to a proper number. If you want any additional help, you can click on this help on this error and another window will open up with this error. So if you want to ignore it, you can click. Or if you want to edit in formula bar, you can do that as well. So let us convert this to an formula and this number, and now it will move on to the next cell. So immediately it will display an additional details which has been mentioned over here. So over here you can see this is referring to an empty cell. So you will have to use other trace dependents or precedents with arrows to identify that and manually rectify it. You can click on this and you can also see where is U7. It might be somewhere else in this. So let us scroll this a little bit and it is referring to this particular blank cell. If you want to insert any values there, you can insert or you can change the reference which is being used. So this way you can change the formulas. So let us press Ctrl Z and go back to our original status where we have this triangle also being displayed for this particular number. Similarly, for other errors also you can press next and go and see each of the cells where that error is being displayed. So this way you can identify the cells which are containing an errors. Now let us see one of the example of the numbers which was being stored as a text. So this one was being stored as a text. So this might lead to a deception which a person can use it. So currently if you see, I have highlighted this number and this number in red already. Now let us take a total of this and let's see what the total it is coming up. So it is coming up as 14,638 at the status bar and here also it is showing correct. Similarly for this one also, if you see, the total is coming 6398. However, since these numbers are being stored as a text, it is not being considered in this sum function. Now if I go and convert this to a number, you can immediately see that this total will increase. So let us press convert to an error and immediately you can see the total has increased to 16,000. So if any numbers are being stored as a text, those won't be considered in a formula's total. So you'll have to give more attention to those kind of cells while identifying the error checking. Similarly, let us go and change this to a number and immediately you can see the number total is getting increased. So this way a person can use a deception and it might show a different results than you are expecting. Now under error checking, you can see there is another option called as trace an error. So you will have to select a particular cell which contains an error to identify where exactly the error is occurring. So let us go to this particular cell and now we will click trace error. So immediately you can see it will show all the arrows and going to the base cell which is giving an error. So first cell through which the error is coming is this one. Now for this cell, again the error is coming from this cell. So you may have to go and change this particular cell and then rectify the errors properly, and immediately all other cells will have the correct results. So if I go and change this to a 0, immediately all other cells you can see are having proper results being displayed. So let us undo this and go back to our original thing. Now there are different types of error which occurs inside Excel. So let us quickly understand what those errors are and how we can resolve them. Solution for most of these errors is that you will have to edit each of the errors and rectify them. So under this error tabs, you can see I have listed all the errors types which can occur in Excel. So the first one is this division error. This occurs when you divide any particular number by 0. So we'll have to go and modify that 0 and give it a proper number so that you don't get this an error. The next one is name error. The formula uses a name that Excel doesn't recognize. So we'll have to insert a proper name if it is being deleted to rectify or resolve this error. Next one is NA error. So this can occur when you are using any lookup functions and where the value is not being found. So you may have to add the additional details so that this NA error goes up, or you will have to leave as it is so that you can clearly identify which values are upside. Next one is null error. So there are some functions which use intersection of two cells, and if there are no intersection being defined as you have mentioned in the formulas, then this null error will occur. So we'll have to change the intersection which you have mentioned in the cell. Next one is num error. The problem with a value exists. For example, you have specified a negative number where a positive number is expected. We'll have to recheck the formula and edit it to resolve this. Next one is reference related error. So let us say if you are referring to a particular cell and that cell has been deleted as an entire row or entire column is being deleted, then you will get this an reference error. So we'll have to edit that formula, delete that reference and redirect to a correct cell so that the formula calculates correctly. Finally, this is the value error. So this will correspond to an operand which you are using in the formula. If it is incorrect, you will get an error. So this way you should be able to resolve all of these types of error whenever you encounter this in Excel. Now some of these errors can be suppressed using if error or ISNF or similar functions. Then in such cases the result displayed in the cell will not show an error, and it will not be also shown during an error checking. So let us go back to our go to window, and you can see one of the cell here is having is an error which I have manually typed. However, in the final results on the cell, it is not getting displayed. So using is NA error function, I have suppressed this. So to identify all of this, you will have to use the formula text option, which we have seen in another video. And you will have to scan through all of the text cells. So other option is like showing the all formulas and see if there are any if error or if SNA functions have been used to suppress that. So otherwise you can use Inquire workbook analysis reports. So workbook analysis reports I have explained you in another video. So let us click this for the time being and let us see how we can identify using this workbook analysis report. So once this items opens up, you can go to this formulas and let us see with numeric constant, and here you can see if error is getting displayed. So it is having a numeric constant of 0 and 3109. If it has a textual constant, it will also get displayed over here. Otherwise, it might also not get displayed, and then you will have to resort to this formula text or showing the show all formulas from formulas tab. So that way you can identify all the cells which corrects an error and you can rectify it whenever required. So let us just recap what we have seen. We should reset all the errors before performing error checking. We have seen how to reset that. Then we have seen the error checking window and how we can go along all the error cells present in the current sheet. We have various types of errors and how to resolve it. And we have seen workbook analysis report as well as show formulas option, how we can identify the cells which are having a functions which will suppress those errors. So that's it from my side guys. See you in next video.